Hello everybody, welcome back to Strategic Command World at War, Paradox game of playing. We have attacked the Western Allies last turn and taken out the Low Countries, and we're about to advance into France. So if we take a look at the French line, the weakest point seems to be the French at Lille and the ones just south of that. These are only corps units, they are not army size. So let's try and see if we can break through the second corps here. We have the bombers ready. They are at entrenchment level 3. French interceptors. That took the entrenchment down to 2. We got some tactical bombers here as well. Let's do them. British escorts from Maidstone. Entrenchment level still 2. Okay, let's see if we can break through now with the 4th Panzer. Okay, so we'll shift the army in. That's the breakthrough. And then we need to pour through. So let's start with this one. 5th Panzer, what can we see here? We see nothing yet. Okay, so let's take Amiens. Let's see how far can we can move around with this corps here. Let's see if we bump into anything at Dunkirk. No. Alright, so we have surrounded Lille. Now mind you, we have the paratroopers in preparation, which we can land right here, also in Chalon. So before we do that, we definitely, okay, we can go around this way. So let's go to Amiens. You can see the British at Le Havre. And then move down here. And let's get the paratroopers in. So one will land here. They will take some losses. Nope. Yes, casualties. Okay, so we can see there are enemy units in Chalon itself. So obviously we're not going to land there. But we can land here instead. No casualties. Nancy has not been taken, so that is an option, but we'll probably get surrounded if we go in there. So we need to push up with regular units to attack Lille. So we'll move over here, there. There, there, and we'll just push up with whatever we got left here. Bring these guys to The Hague. We have used most of the aircraft. These have not been upgraded, so I think we'll do that. Ground attack weapons. Same for these guys. And these fighters also need to be upgraded. The other fighters, I think we can get them up to max. Headquarters should follow as closely as possible. Let's bring it up here. We can also move the fighters down a little bit. Get the bombers in here. And let's see, any attacks on Lille would cause damage. So let's do that. Well, that was a bit early, because they wouldn't do any damage. Armor. We've reduced a little to 6, so we can probably go in and take that next turn. Plus we'll move on Paris. Let's see what kind of damage. We can take out the enemy fighters, actually. Do you want to move close to Paris this turn? We could. We can move over here with these guys and then move these paratroopers back. Let's do that. So we can see Paris is the Reserve Corps. There is a headquarters that we can actually do some damage to. Okay. That's a pretty good turn, I think. We've been broken through. We've reached Paris. We can make some serious attacks on Paris the next turn. If the bombers can reach, I'm not certain if they can. We could put a bomber over here. That will definitely be able to reach. But they will be able to be attacked from Lille. I think that's pretty good what we have here. The Navy is still just doing its own thing up here. What I want to do actually is get some research done on anti-submarine warfare, because we know the British, they have submarines. We can see one actually here. And my destroyers are really bad against submarines if they don't have the technology. So we should definitely get the anti-submarine warfare going. That takes us down to 211 points. I'm not gonna upgrade these guys over here, so we could purchase more submarines. And they will cost 190 raw, so we can get one of those. Hang on, did we start up the research of amphibious? Yeah, we did. Okay. It will take a while to get that. Meanwhile, let's get that submarine. U-106 in the queue. I do have a lot of submarines coming out. Naval units in general, and a headquarter. Okay, that's it for the Germans. Now let's head down to the Italians. The main thing for the Italians is to push in to Massa Matru and await for the Africa Corps to arrive. If they can get to El Alamein, that would be perfect. Yeah, but we can get to Mesa Maru straight off the bat. Get the headquarters as far forward as possible, which is here. Bring these guys up, and the armor, we can see British units at El Alamein. They will probably not be able to go much further than this without the Africa Corps arriving. We do have a few points remaining for the Italians, and I think I'm going to save them up, because what we want the Italians is to be able to do some infantry warfare. So for that we'll need the infantry warfare tech, which cost 125, and I'll have 109. So we'll just leave it at that. They will not go into France either, because this simply cannot fight the French armies. So that takes us to Japan. Now in Japan we have a serious problem here, because the Chinese were able to snipe Xining from me, and that actually affects my supply all the way through central and southern China, as you can see. So priority will be to get Xining back. And to that end, we're going to bomb it, so the supply will go down. We do have some battleships that can do that. I don't mind taking a few losses for that cause. We can send up another one here as well. we can actually just send the entire battleship fleet over there. Which is pretty much what we have here. Let's get some of these ships back to the motherland for upgrading and such. All the carriers, okay. This one can stay there. So, and then we want some bombers to be able to reach up here, so we want them a bit closer. Let's see if we move them out. The supply in Jingzhou is 5. Can I get to there? Yes, okay. Get to Jingzhou. And just outside Jingzhou. And the fighters that were somewhere as well. They can attack from next turn. We want this guy out of here, this guy in. And he will be replenishing. In fact, he will be going all the way to Beijing. So we have some forces at our disposal. They will probably not be strong enough to break through this turn. So we need to move these guys up, and get the headquarters into Sushao. Get the garrison on the other side. Let's see, we can get 3, 5, 6, 7. I don't think it's enough. I think we will save our strength this turn. Now we have the bombers there. And next turn we'll snipe one of these hexes with the bombers and just pour in everything we have. So instead we're gonna get this one to max. And that's pretty much what we got up there, getting ready for the next turn. Down here we want to get to Changzhou. So let's try and destroy this one here. I think the headquarters is better off in Chang. We have to leave these guys here so that Wuhan does not get surrounded. And they can still pack a punch against these guys over here. And so we'll move this guy up and this guy up. Take another shot. And then we have to do this. And hopefully, yeah. But nobody has the strength to move in. So if they move another guy in, we'll just do the same thing. I will wait down here. No air support down here either. So we'll just wait. Okay. As for the technology, we have 300 points. So Japanese technology, we will need also some anti-submarine warfare at some point when the Americans show up, but that's a bit far out into the future. I would really like some ground attack weapons though, so let's get that started up. Okay, save up the rest of the points. I believe that is it. Let me just do a quick look. Oh, we do have a destroyer out here. Let's get that back home. Can we do the cruise thing? Naval cruise. Yeah, certainly can. Okay. Should have done that with the others as well. Anyway, that's fine. We have the garrisons in place up here. Let's hit the turn. French morale falls as the German approach Paris. So this is the Norway event. If we do so, say yes, then our potential income will be... Oh, sorry, that's the shipping. So, would you like to amend Norway's convoy route, or take the risk that our convoys from Narvik will be able to reach Germany largely intact? Let's see. No, I want the Norwegian route. If we say yes, the convoys will go from Sweden and will be permanently cut off during the winter, and we also get less income. So I'm going with no here. Iceland joins the Allies. Partisan activity in Manchuria. Maybe I should move this garrison. I'll just have a look at that. German Blitzkrieg continues towards Paris. Okay. French will be in total disarray. The British are heading back to the island. And the question is, what do the Chinese do? Economic sanctions on Iraq. Iraq prepares for war. It will fall pretty soon. The UK annexes Basra under the terms of the British-Iraqi Defence Treaty. And the Indian Corps lands in Basra. There's nothing you can do to prevent that. So, if you can, then just get out. Alright, we see the French headquarters moving south of Paris. We have Chinese. Okay, let's go back here. So the front line against Luxembourg moves south. So we have another hole in the line. Let's see how the other units move. In China, they moved into that spot where I just killed a corps, so we'll just do the same once again. Eventually they will run out of units to put in there. Oh yeah, I forgot about Ethiopia actually. I'm just falling back. We'll take that in a second. British bombers doing some damage there. 4 points. We do have some interceptors ready. Bombing the Hague. 4 points lost. Okay. Chinese are fighting back. Okay. Yeah. That's the very spot I'm intending to attack, so that's good. They suffered 2 damage themselves. Same goes for Xinan, sorry. Wuhan is holding. It's got a lot of pressure on them. The British take Amiens. That means they are not running away, and I can catch them here in France and destroy them. We see the British moving in from Khartoum. So I really got to get out of here. I should have moved them in the last turn. Let's see if it won't be okay. French heavy armor deploys south of Paris. Iraq joins the Axis. So we only get this garrison here, and they will surely be taken out. Suez Canal limits Italian supply in Abyssinia. And the coal strike continues in New South Wales. Six Peace Pledge Union members are tried for encouraging disaffection in the British Army. I'm sure somebody will make a movie about that someday. Okay, so let's assess the damage in China and the possibilities in France. The Italian embassy in Baghdad reports the Rashid Ali needs weapons, money and air support. The Italians are preparing to send some aid, but to have any effect we will also need to send a mission of our own called Sonderkommando Jung. Sonderkommando Jung will not have any effect whatsoever, at least in the previous game it didn't, so I assume it's the same here, so I will not send the Sonderkommando to the Iraqis. They're going to have to fend for themselves, as they are going to fall anyway. We'll slow down the British just a tiny bit, but okay, the game is on here. Okay, let's start in Japan. We'll continue to bomb. What is the supply here? Supply 6. Let's just continue to bomb them. Might take a few losses, but that's fine. We'll destroy that town completely. So they get less supplies. Okay, so this hex we want to bomb. We will take losses from the enemy fighters, but we have to do this. Trench down to 2. 3 damage. 3 damage. Come on, let's do this. Okay, they're gone. Now we need to push somebody in there that can actually hold that position. That would be these guys. Move these guys over here. We can replenish up to 7 here. Let's do that. So that worked out. And with Xining bombed to unrecognition, we can start. Let's do the attack on Xining next turn when we have the fighters and some more bombing. Sorry, the bombers and the battleships can bomb again Xining, then we'll move in and do some damage there. So let's just get this one back to full strength. Get this one upgraded to infantry weapons level 1. I think that's the last one that needs upgrading, not counting the garrisons. We can move these guys over here, special forces. And that's all I will do up here. Moving down here, we have a fresh unit. That's the guy coming from over here, actually. So he's not entrenched at all. Which means, shoot, we can't go in there. We could swap these two around. And then grab it. The core shattered. Nobody can go in there, but we can move in here. So let's do that. So we need the bombers back down here before we can take advantage of that situation. But we did get one tile. And if they don't put anybody else in here, we can move forward next turn. This one actually needs to go back to 10. Spend some points on that. Okay, the Navy. Is heading back to port. There's a lot of upgrades that we need to do, but there's no need to do it right now. The points are better spent over here. We can send one more headquarter over. Where do we need it? Probably down here. So let's transport that across. Like that. We'll come up here and we can start the attack on Xining. Let's just check the partisan picture. We need more garrisons, obviously, so I should start building some of those. Let's just check the situation up here. Yeah, we need a couple up here as well. I do have 251 with no immediate research needed. I do want the submarine at some point. We also need more advanced fighters, but that can wait a bit as well. Let's get some of those garrisons built. They do cost 50 each. I will not upgrade the weapons, so that means I can actually buy 5 right now. I will need all 5. Let's buy 4, so we'll save up a little bit of points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. That's it for Japan. Should get Xining next turn, I think. And that will restore order. Now let's go to Abyssinia. We do have this destroyer, which on its own can't really do anything. I want to see if I can get it to the harbor in Massawa. So we'll get it up somewhere around here. Hopefully it will stay undetected, and then it can try and reach that next turn. Get this garrison over here. How far can this one go? It can only go to here. And it'll be very expensive to get the points back. So let's just leave this guy around here. And also the garrison there. He'll go for Gondar, and then he'll come down and take Addis Ababa. So we should be able to extract everybody. Back up here. So what we see here is the WDF Army UK. They have upgraded weapons, so I will not be able to do much. I will just dig in here, get the armor over there, headquarters there, and the extra army in behind. And this is going to be a stalemate for a little while. Okay, so we need that research for the Italians. Infantry warfare, level 1. And then I also want infantry weapons, level 1. That's going to cost 175. Meanwhile, they will just do absolutely nothing here. And that takes us to Germany. So, Paris. Can we reach Paris with the bombers? No. We need them closer. Okay. We can go for surrounding Amiens, as well as move the armor closer to Paris. I would also like to cut off the 9th Army. Let's move them down there. Okay. So let's take Lille and move these guys down the coast. How far do we want them? Let's take Le Havre. And then move these guys down here. These guys down here. Lille has been taken. So we want to move the armor around Paris. Surround Amiens. What do we see here? How far can these guys go? They can go quite far. At least to here. These guys can go around. Okay, go there. Go there. Go there. Move up here. There. And then we need the headquarters forward. And let's get the bombers as close as we can. Which is just a tiny bit closer. And fill up with the fighters behind that. Right, would it make sense to attack Amiens straight off? There's no need to do that. We can hold and just annihilate these two next turn. Okay. Still got 262 points. Let's see if we can get another submarine out. Or start some other research. Advanced fighters or ground attack weapons level 2 would also be really nice. Naval weaponry. We did get naval weaponry 1, so we could actually start upgrading our navy, which we will need very soon. But let's start with the naval weaponry 2. Oh, did I cancel that? Maximum research funding. Okay. So let's instead spend the points on actually upgrading the navies. Anti-aircraft, don't care about that. Just get the naval weaponry up on all of these. The rest are submarines, they cannot be upgraded. And we still have 200 points, so we can get that submarine. U-114. Purchase. Still purchase one more after this. Right, that looks pretty good. I think we're ready for the next turn. Yes. Suez Canal limits Italian supply in Abyssinia. Egyptian national rise up against the British as the Axis approach Cairo. Yeah, well. So, now it's time for us to start preparation for an all-out war with the British Empire and the USA. This war will be on a grand scale, requiring amphibious and naval operations throughout the Pacific, and the commitment of all economic resources of our empire. The recommendation is to direct more of our income towards preparing for this conflict. Do not concentrate solely on the War of China. Well, I am concentrating solely on the War of China. So I'm gonna disregard that advice completely. Minus 25 for Naval Plan Z and minus 25 for Danish economic subsidies. So let's see what the AI has to reply to that. Emergency supply of tanks to Egypt. Delivery of US tanks enables Britain to increase its armored force in Egypt. Yeah, the British forces in Egypt will rise quite fast. USSR annexes the Baltic states. And this is why the Italians have absolutely no chance of taking Cairo. They need the Africa Corps there. before that's possible. Gondar fallen in Ethiopia. Alright, the Chinese are shifting some troops around. I must say I like the way the AI handled that situation taking Xining, because it was causing me quite some troubles. Addis Ababa has fallen. That will cause some morale drop on the Italians. Baghdad should fall in just a turn, I think. Yeah. No, it'll hold for one turn. Chinese try to break out of the pocket, not happening. Kismayo has fallen in the southern Somalia. Wuhan is still holding. AT guns attack infantry. Probably not going to work. I'm just digging in here, and British are advancing faster than I thought in Ethiopia. I could have used that extra turn to withdraw. Let's see if it won't work anyway. 9th Army suffers attrition. So does 41st Chinese Army. Italian morale suffers from the loss of Addis Ababa. Allies liberate Abyssinia. And the Iraqi government collapses. Okay. And they will all move to Cairo as well, so there'll be a lot of British units there. The El Alamein Depression actually helps me at this point. 10th Regional Army, Japan. We have to put that somewhere. Let's just put it here in Nagasaki. And we can stay over here for now. So, it's time to take Xining. The battleships will do their part. I think we can move them out now. Just go over there. We even do damage to the troops there now. This particular battleship has taken 2 losses. Let's bomb them. I don't think we have to use the other bomber. We can use them here. And then we can close the pocket down. Easy peasy. Let's move forward. Okay, so where are we heading here? We're just going out there, I think. Get these guys to full strength. And get these guys to full strength. These guys down here. Special forces will move back out. We'll move the planes back south soon. Now finally we can start the attack on Changsha down here. Except it's raining, so we don't have enough points to actually get in there. These guys are not upgraded yet. Okay. So we will not attack this turn. Get this headquarter up here. Okay, we can actually elite reinforce this one and get this one back to 10. Let's just do a free attack here. And a free attack here. Ah, not so free after all. Okay. Anyway, situation stabilizing. We will now push down to rescue Wuhan. And we'll start the assault on Changsha as soon as the weather clears. It's actually not raining right here. I wonder why I don't have enough. I have 3 action points, but I can't get into this place. That's really weird. Okay. Yeah, so let's move the Navy. Somewhere else. We have 183 points research wise. Let's get the anti-submarine warfare going. Oh, did I mess that up? Yeah. Okay, who started the anti-submarine warfare research? Oh, I can't. Maximum funding. Yeah, okay. So maximum funding for both Japan and Germany. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll save up the remaining points. Okay, that takes us to Abyssinia. Let's see if we can move the headquarters back here. Get the garrison back there. Get this garrison up there. And let's see if we can get the destroyer into the harbor. That's a no. British battleship blocking Gulf of Aden. Okay, it was worth a try. Doesn't matter. Oh, we can actually do 3 damage here. Let's do that. Nice. We can cut them off if we're cheeky. That's actually a pretty good move. Okay. Looks like things will work out for us. Especially if we can take out this Khartoum core. They still have one here, and we have the South African in Kismayo. They will take Mogadishu as well. It's okay, we'll be fine here, I think. Up here, simply get the 2 points back. There's no need to do anything else until we can upgrade. 167, we can almost start the research on infantry weapons, so I'll try to save up as many points as I can, which means the rest of the Italians will do absolutely nothing, and hopefully we can start that research in the next turn. That takes us to northern France. Okay, let's see with the bombers, what can they reach? They can reach Paris now. So we'll be going for bombing Paris. No question about that. These guys cannot. They've got shorter range, apparently. Let's bomb Amiens. Lots of enemy fighters still around. Okay. That was the airplanes. Now on the ground, I think we can start taking out French 9th Army. That's gone. And we can destroy the British 1st Corps in Amiens. There we go. Okay. Paris. Yep, we can take Paris now. We can do this and then this. Paris has fallen. We still have these guys. We can see the British 2nd Corps here. I can move almost around them. It depends on how many troops can I actually get in behind. These armies cannot move very far. I can do this. Okay, so let's move around. Put this guy down here. These guys can go here. Fill up the remaining space, get some headquarters forward. Push down this way. And move the bombers forward. And the fighters in behind. That looks pretty good. We've taken Paris. That doesn't mean necessarily that the French will capitulate. They might. We might have to take some more towns. So if they don't capitulate now, they will capitulate very soon. If we can catch the British units here, that will be perfect. We might be able to snipe an attack on Britain with the paratroopers. Okay, so we'll see about that. Then we have the Navy. We need to change around these guys. No, these are all submarines. So we don't have anything else to actually grab. We could try and move my Navy from up here into the fjord of Narvik. I don't want to be caught, so I'll be very cautious. I should not be on the route here, so let's go there. And there. And there. Right, if I'm undetected, I can go into the fjord here. I should be safe there. And then maybe try and move it down to Trondheim with one unit at a time. Then go to Bergen, to Kristiansand, and then into here. We'll try that. So we still got 278 points. We can purchase the remaining submarine, U-28. There we go. And that's it for the turn. Back to the AI. French morale suffers from the fall of Paris. Germany celebrates the capture of Paris, and the loss of Paris impacts British national morale. France moved government to Bordeaux. Alright, we have to go to Bordeaux. Partisan activity in Manchuria. I did not... Yeah, I don't have the garrisons yet. UK prepares for possible Axis invasion. Spanish forces enter the International Protectorate of Tangier. Some development progress. Heavy rain over Britain, that means the British planes will be grounded in the AI turn. Yeah, Mogadishu has fallen to the South Africans. Heavy tanks move to Saint Malo. I will just try and ignore those. Panzers will go towards Bordeaux and then the French will surrender. Maginot Line still holding, obviously. I've not been able to get in behind it really. French Navy is active in the Mediterranean, it's no surprise. Chinese artillery firing. Bit of damage there. Wuhan is still holding, but down to 6 points now. The AT guns continue to fire on my infantry. That's not working. Fresh units in Nantes, looks like. Okay. I think we'll grab one more turn, even though we are close to the 1 hour mark, simply because I can probably get to Bordeaux in this turn if I am cautious about it. Here comes the Japanese garrisons that we need to garrison stuff with. Let's just get them onto some ports so they can travel across. There we go. Okay, we can start here in Japan, where things are settling down. Can we move in here now? Still no. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this game. Why can't I move one hex in here? I know it's a mountain. I'm aware of that. I can only move on the road here, but I can never go back this way. I would have to take this road up here and then come down that way. That's the only way to go to Jiangsa. That's from the north, it looks like. Anyway, we need to get the bombers back down here. And the fighters. It makes very little sense to try and take Jiangsa without the bombers' help. Up here we could go for Chengchao. I do want to get these guys back to full strength. And I want to get these guys back to full strength. And then we can move this guy down. So let's go over here, down there. Okay. I should probably get one more army down here to try and take out this one so we can start clearing that road. I can do that before I go for Changsha. So the bombers will help clearing out this position here. Hopefully Wuhan will hold for that long. But that's pretty much what I can do right now. We can get another army across. We're gonna need it here. And then we have 340 points, so we can start to upgrade our navy with naval weaponry. It doesn't cost that much, it's just 9 points. And advanced fighters and long range on this one. Naval, advanced fighters and long range on this one. Same goes for this one. And this one. Oh, and the cruiser up here, naval weaponry. We also need to upgrade the battleships, so they will need to go to a harbor where they can upgrade. Like that. And I think that's it for the Japanese. The reason why I'm not attacking here is it'll probably be a waste of time. So the method is to take out this one, move in through the road here. Then we can move down through Wuhan to Changsha and take Changsha. Up here we will take Changchao with the forces that we have here, and in the north we will simply just defend. Okay, now Abyssinia. Let's destroy this guy. Alright, so move this garrison over there, get the headquarters into Misawa. Come over there. Get this garrison up to full strength. And the same for this one. Alright, so these guys are going to hold this area. And when the time is right, we can start to take stuff back. These guys are just holding for now. No news in this area. We can start the research for Italian infantry weapons level 1. Nice. Okay. And then we still have 83 points. Do we need to save up for some more research? That would be advanced fighters. They are at level 1 though. Maybe some naval weaponry. We do have a pretty big navy, but it's really useless without the naval weaponry and the naval warfare. Yeah, so that's so much I would like to research for the Italians. They just don't have the points for it. Now that takes us to Germany again. And what we want is to try and get to Bordeaux in as few turns as possible. So let's move up. Let's scout a little bit with this guy. What do we see? We see an army in Tours. Let's move around with this one so that the UK 2nd Corps is surrounded in Caen. Then we want to move as far down south with the armor as possible, but we don't want to get cut off either. So I'm thinking the guys from Paris, they can move down this way. Let's see how far can we get these guys from the back. I also want to take Nancy. And then we're starting to run out of troops here to hold this very stretched out line. We got the guys from Hague. Can move them in. Then we have the armies. We'll put one down here. I want to take out these guys in Chalon in the coming turn, unless they get reinforced. The next army we can move down to here. And one to here. And then we have this one, which we can move down this way. Okay, can we bomb Caen? Yes. The raining has stopped on the British Isles, so British fighters will intercept. I will bomb it relentlessly until we get it. No more fighters for the Allies. Okay, so we took it down to 7. And then we can do some attacks here. There. And it has fallen. Check Cherbourg as well. And that means these guys can't do anything, but we can now move down this way. Like that. You can take a shot. Do we want to take a shot at the army in Tours, or do we just want to bypass it? I think we're just going to bypass it. Let's get some headquarters forward. As well as the fighters. Does it make sense to attack here? It's still part of the Maginot, so I think I'll just avoid that. 370 points. So let's start purchasing. We got all the subs now. We can start on 2 battleships, and we have 5 destroyers and 2 carriers that we can buy. Why not a battleship? How much does that cost? 332. We can get a stripped down version. We can even get one with naval weaponry, one already in place. That's 350. That'll take 15 months to build. Let's do that. We want a really strong navy at some point. I can hold off the US Pacific, the US Atlantic fleet at bay. So we didn't take Bordeaux this turn, but it looks like we can go down and grab it in the coming turn. Or they might just surrender now. We'll see. We did take out a couple of British units. Was it 2 or 3? I think they don't really have that much to go with. So we could do a quick snipe, get the paratroopers up to full strength, move them over here to the channel, prepare them, and then simply jump Portsmouth or Plymouth or something like that. We don't have vision on it though, but we can fly some missions to get some vision. We'll see about that. Now let's just do the AI turn. For a modest investment, we could strike at allied naval units in port using a new innovation, the human torpedo. Preparing a submarine for this role will only cost us 25, and while each of its attacks will only have a very small chance of success, the damage that could be inflicted if even one attempt were successful could make it well worth the cost. Would you like to authorize the expenditure so that we can launch human torpedo attacks against shipping in enemy ports? No. We currently have the Indochina Expedition Army forming at Tokyo for offensive operations in Asia. It has however been suggested that instead of deploying the army, we use the soldiers to instead form garrison units to guard our extended empire. The men training for service in the Indochina Expedition Army could provide us with 4 garrison units if we choose not to deploy them as an army unit. So what do we want, 1 army or 4 garrisons? We're gonna need a load of garrisons to garrison China. So I'm actually thinking about getting those 4 extra garrisons. I don't know. Probably not a big deal. But we'll do it that way. Limit supply in Abyssinia still. French troops panic as the Maginot Line is outflanked. German morale is boosted as the Maginot Line is outflanked. Japan announces its desire to create a Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere. And we can see the garrisons have arrived already. They're here in Tokyo. They'll all be shipped to China, all the garrisons. Now the AI turn. UK receives destroyers from the US, and British morale is boosted by the destroyers for bases agreement. So the US takes control of Bermuda, and the British will get a destroyer unit instead. The Royal Navy is very strong at this point, and the Chinese moves in to this spot again, which I can attack but not move into, which is quite strange. Replenishment in France. So no surrender. And that means we still have the French fleet in the Mediterranean and elsewhere. We have bombing attack from Britain. They're bombing the industrial centers. That's fine. They do have a lot of bombers. I should be well dug in now in Africa, so only limited losses. Army in Tour strikes back. And we still got loads of Chinese units in the center. I'll stick to my plan. Wuhan is starting to crumble. They cannot hold on for much longer, I think. Here comes the South Africans. Looking forward to the fall of France, so we can remove the French Navy, at least. Some partisan activity, but I got my garrisons in place, so not a problem. Ramon Mercader assassinates Leon Trotsky in Mexico. Okay, Trotsky's dead. Let's just assess the situation. So we got a submarine, and the Bismarck is also ready to go. Nice. Too bad I cannot put him straight in a port. Bismarck, that is. Well, it is fully upgraded though. We'll put it there. Also the 12th Japanese army. Put that there. And I think that's it for now. We'll be back with more in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you around. Bye bye.